All right. So, good morning to the listening public. We apologize for our late commencement this morning. As you know, we had a live broadcast, but we're more than happy to be here with you this morning. This morning, it's all about NDFD and our entrepreneurs. We have Miss Terry here with you. But before we get into that this morning, we just want to say happy birthday to anybody celebrating their birthday. And it's August 16th. If you know someone, call them up if they're celebrating their birthday. And yes, I love to say happy birthday and welcome everyone who's listening. You can go over to the Facebook page so that you can be a part of our presentation today, because today is more than just a radio show, it's a presentation. We have a lot of beautiful, colorful products here in front of me, and I just want you to be a part of it. As you know, a show is sponsored by Digicel. Be connected or better connected, and we are grateful to Digicel for sponsoring Creole Heartbeat. I'm Julie Roberts, and my guest is Terry Henry this morning. Good morning, Terry. How are you?
Hi, good morning, Julie, and everyone listening. I am fantastic. Thank you.
All right. So before we get into all the lovely products, because they smell so good, they almost smell yummy. They do smell edible. They do smell edible. Let us just have a little talk. We don't have a lot of time this morning, but who is Terry? You know, I know a lot of people know Terry as the entrepreneur, but who is Terry?
Well, Terry is, entrepreneur. I think that's my main role.
Yes.
Everyone knows me as. Also, the president of the Health and Wellness Association. I'm a mom of two wonderful teens now, getting big. And, I'm just a very down-to-earth, nature-loving person, really.
Okay. So, of course, now that we know Terry and we know she's an entrepreneur, how did you get into this?
Okay, so I've always really been an entrepreneur, been involved in massage therapy. Then I moved to ecotherapy, where I did like nature-based wellness programs. And I was writing as well. And then after Maria, there was really no avenue for all of those, things that I did, the services. So I decided to switch tack. Actually, I wanted to change into making products, which I'd always done for myself, for my children, for people that knew me. And I decided, well, I want to go into making products. Now, at the same time, I just had a calling to also go into beekeeping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I just fell in love with the idea of bees. And it really wasn't practical at the time to get into beekeeping, because there's quite a high cost entry. For beekeeping. And so I decided to start making products with beeswax.
But do you know that bees are very it supports female empowerment. Like every time you think of the honeybee and the whole hive, it's very much female empowerment. I don't know if people think about that a lot. But
Female dominated, for
yes,
sure.
definitely.
For sure.
So that was a good move. So you got into this, and it was expensive to start. But have you always been into health? Because I realize everything you speak about is health-based.
Yes, I pretty much have, actually. Like, pretty much my whole life.
Yes.
Actually. Yeah. Just always been into being very close to nature, living a very natural life. And again, like, part of the reason I started making certain products was just because I could not find like truly natural products.
Yes.
Like I'm a person, if you see me in a supermarket, I read the labels of everything. I have to watch every single thing that I eat or put on my body. So I just became very aware, like, okay, something would say, yeah, it's natural. And then when you dig a little deeper, not so much.
Yes.
So I decided, no, I'm going to make stuff that I really feel good about using and feel good about sharing as well.
Okay. All right. So you started the journey. Was it an easy journey? She laughed in my face.
There's been no part of this that's been an easy journey.
Yes.
I wouldn't say that means it's not fun. It's fun, but easy is not a word that I use to describe this at all.
Very often people think that, when they have a 9 to 5 and they hate their bosses and they're going to be an entrepreneur, they think it's going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah.
But then even this morning while I was commuting here, I had the thought like, where's my journal? Because I have so many things I need to do. I need to journal it now. So what are some of the challenges that you've had as an entrepreneur?
Okay. So, well, for a start, you mentioned the work hours 9 to 5. My general work hours is a 7 to 11. Mm-hmm. That's on a really good day. Sometimes it's more than that. So, you put a lot of energy into your work. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously you have the benefits that, if you really have a tired day, you take the day off and you're your own boss. Mm-hmm. But it just requires a lot of discipline, which thankfully I think I do have. So I feel like I'm quite a disciplined person. When I set my mind to something, I pretty much want to see it through. Mm-hmm. You always have challenges. It's like, which challenge do you want to deal with today? Right? So you just make up your mind to, okay, you have a challenge. How are you going to overcome it? Be creative. Be solution focused, because you're always going to have challenges every single day. Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned some things. Discipline. Mm-hmm. So for young entrepreneurs or people who want to be an entrepreneur and do not know how to begin, let's just tackle those. Mm-hmm. Discipline. Yeah. How important is that one?
Yeah, you have to, because no one's on your back, mm-hmm. right? Except probably like your bank or someone that you have a loan to pay. But you have to be your own boss. You have to, keep records of everything. Mm-hmm. That's always challenging. It's just a lot that you end up having to do. You have to juggle a lot. You have to be multitasking a lot. And then also be willing to just start where you are, mm-hmm. because, I just look at where I started and it's just funny to be like, okay, look how we started, with this little one jug and this little whisk and, mm-hmm. and now we've been able to grow a little bit, and still there's so much more room to grow. Yeah. But just embrace where you are and just know there's going to be a lot of challenges along the way.
Okay. Creativity.
Yes.
Yes, you spoke about creativity.
Yeah. You have to be creative to figure out solutions, because there's always, like I said, there's always a challenge.
And reinventing is definitely something that I think that might be my strong point. Besides the creativity, I'm always trying to reinvent something. So the moment I think it's not working, reinventing.
Yes,
and even if it's working, how can I improve it and reinvent it? Yeah. So I think if you're a young entrepreneur, I am still a young entrepreneur, even though I'm a serial entrepreneur, it's definitely something that, we do not speak about enough to educate each other about. Mm-hmm. Okay, speaking of education and having a platform, I know you said you're the president of the Health and Wellness Association. Yes. And that's for entrepreneurs or just in general?
That's for any health and wellness professional, natural health and wellness professionals. Okay. So we do many different events and outreach as an association. It's quite a vast array of members, from products to services, therapies, diet. So we have a wide range of members. Yeah.
Okay, and then NDFD. Mm-hmm. NDFD is definitely the reason why you're here this morning. Thank you to Mr. Joseph. So I know that you've done some things with them. So let us just go down that list, and then we can get to the Caddiscalypso Festival, where you also were being showcased. Yes. So without NDFD, there would be no Be Natural. Wow. They gave me my first loan when I had really I have to wonder why they gave me that loan. Because it's the time where, really didn't have anything, was just starting from scratch. After Maria, you're just starting something completely new, and they were willing to take that leap of faith with me. And
It's worked out. I was able to pay back the loan and then take another one and another one and just keep growing. They are, just immensely helpful. I've always been part of Creole in the Streets, and I am just about to register for this year. It's Creole in the Streets. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And I was part of the Green Innovation Summit.
Yes.
So I was the first runner-up in that summit. And then we've just recently did the Cat and Slipso event in the stadium. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when I had Mr. Joseph here with us, they were boasting of the fact that they realized that a lot of they have a lot of the initiatives for women, and they're also boasting about their interest. It's really low. So tell us a little about, did you feel like this was the place for you as a woman? Did you feel like they had more support because you were a woman? And also, after, tell us about the interest rate. What was it like?
To be honest, those things don't stick in my head. Interest rates. I just know what I have to pay per month.
Well, if it was high,
I would know. Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
But those financial things don't stick in my head, which is why I have an accountant.
Yes. Oh, okay.
To help me.
And without tripping you, I've learned that as an entrepreneur, that's something very helpful to have.
One of the first things.
And have an accountant.
One of the first things. Just like as soon, keep all your records. Just know that, as probably you'll do your best and it still will not be great, which is what I did. It was like, I really did my best. And then when it came to getting a financial report, my accountant was like, okay, we have work to do.
Yes.
But as soon as you can get somebody to help you with your bookkeeping and accounts, unless that's something that comes naturally, which for most creative entrepreneurs, it's not usually. So I definitely recommend that. Okay,
so you're telling us about how female oriented it was, and also
I mean, I didn't specifically feel like, because I was a woman, like I was treated any differently. But I have nothing to compare it against.
Yes.
But generally, I mean, every time I've interacted with them, they've been extremely helpful, like really, really willing to support small business. You just go in there and they work with you. They work with what you have. They will help you with what you have. And like I said, I managed to grow from that initial loan and then taking other, packages with them. And
so you definitely recommend.
Definitely. I'm a big NDFD fan.
Okay. And this is a tough one. What is the worst review you've gotten about your business, and what's the best review?
I don't think I've actually had like a worst review.
Wow.
And I think like if somebody has a problem, like somebody may say, okay, this didn't work. I will just say, okay, I'll find out why. And then replace the product. And then they usually call me and say, oh, it was fantastic. It worked. It's fine.
Okay.
So, for instance, the deodorants, sometimes when transitioning, because they're 100% natural deodorants, they're not antiperspirants.
Yes, we're going to get into that.
Yeah, so sometimes when people are transitioning from an antiperspirant to a deodorant, they find like there's a little, like, oh my gosh, is this working? And I've been able to work with them, and they've worked with me. So it's like never really like a situation where, it doesn't work and they feel disgruntled. No, I just replace the product, work with them, and we get good reviews in the end. And for best reviews, well, I mean, those make my day. Like, I get the reviews, like people send me WhatsApp or on Facebook, and truly it just lights up my day because you're by yourself making products, and then when somebody says, wow, this is like, this works, it's really effective, it's great for my skin, you just feel like, this is what it's all about.
Yes. Yes, you hear that? So let's send some positivity.
Yes, any reviews, send them to me.
Okay, so do you produce just for locals or also regionally and internationally?
Yeah, both. So we regularly ship to St. Martin. We're in Nature's Discount St. Martin and Caribbean Favorites in St. Martin. We're just starting in Guadeloupe. We have a few products in Guadeloupe, and we're just about to do a proper translation of our label so we can be more prominent in Guadeloupe. Internationally, people always ask for products. The challenge is the high shipping costs. It's really challenging when you send somebody a shipping bill and it's more than the products they bought. I mean, some people, thankfully, they like, that's okay, we'll take it, we want the products. But I'm really looking for a way to expand more. But I love, like, to me, Be Natural is a regional Caribbean brand.
Okay.
So the more Caribbean islands I can get to, the more I can build it as a regional brand. Like, that's my goal.
And I really want to ask you about the issues that you may be facing, like things you cannot get. But before, okay, what are some of the difficulties you have before I ask that other question? Yes. Besides like shipping, like just for production, what other?
Yeah, just logistics really.
Really?
And juggling cash flow because you're a small business and, if you get a payment late, it just really does you just get creative, right?
Yes.
But it really is a challenge to get late payments or, things come in late and you're trying to fulfill an order. But again, I'm just like, I've done it so many times now that I'm just learning to just breathe through it. It will work out,
Yeah, and like that's something we need to have a show about that, Hassan. We need to sit down and we need to speak to Mr. Joseph and see how, or Sham or John, and see how we can have a little 5-minute insert every week to speak to the public about paying entrepreneurs on time. It's like, if we go to a big name place or somewhere it's known, we kind of just say, I'll have lunch here and I'll pay you next week. But for entrepreneurs, people always want to pay whenever it's best for them. And it's something that you don't realize that entrepreneurs often do not have that cash sitting back there, like that big hotel you'll go have lunch at, or, but we are the ones that people want to pay late, but they want to see us keep producing, or they will say, boy, Terry business match. But it is something that I feel like we need to educate the public about. Paying entrepreneurs on time. Don't take my thing and don't pay me for 2-3 months, or then that is when you have the most fine prints that it is something that is crippling the creative industry in every country. But we need to talk about our home. We're just talking our backyard. Yes, Hassan. Yes, you, Hassan. You were talking. He's like me.
Wow. Thank you for putting me on the spot. I believe it's a really nice conversation. And to add to your point, I would just say, I guess entrepreneurs need to start paying themselves first.
Yes.
On every product and everything that they do, so just in case that scenario happens. So
Yes.
I guess that's part of the thing. But I agree, that's a very brilliant idea for sure.
Yes. Yes, I love paying myself. Trust me, I pay myself, especially with vacation. But don't worry, Hassan. We always add our person on console to the topic here at Creole Heartbeat. Okay. This is the one I was going to say. It might sound silly and someone may laugh at me and be like, what is she talking about? But do we have a healthy bee population for Be Natural to continue?
Yeah.
Because, worldwide, we've been talking about replenishing bees. There have been a down to bees and butterflies. We don't see them as much as before.
Yep.
So as someone who's dependent on the bees, is there anything as the public that we can do to help with the bees?
Now that's a brilliant question actually.
Thank you.
So I'm actually also the secretary for the Beekeepers Cooperative.
Look at you. Do you have time?
No, I don't. No. So I'm very much involved in the beekeeping industry. I have hives myself, and I work with a lot of other beekeepers because I depend on beeswax for my business, right? Now, we have an amazing bee population, right? We have one of the few places in the world where we're able to be treatment-free for varroa mites. Now, varroa mites is like a real big problem in the world for bees. And it causes a lot of problems. And our bees have developed some kind of tolerance to that, and we don't have to put chemical treatments in our hives,
Wow.
which means that our honey and our beeswax
A
is
chemical free.
really, like
It's pure.
pure, wonderful. Now, as a member of the cooperative, we're actually reviving the cooperative again, and really trying to support members to grow their operations, to expand the apiculture industry, because there's a lot of work to be done in education and to expand that industry. We also have a lot of wild hives as well in Dominica, which is kind of rare in other parts of the world. So we're very, very blessed in that respect. And we really need to protect that because it's part of what makes our bees so strong, because they have great genetic diversity. So I would say, like, if you know where there's a wild hive, make sure, like, you protect it, don't go disturbing it too much. And, try not to spray too much chemicals. Like, really, we just need less chemicals sprayed around. And, plant more flowers and stuff. But also, it's really important to keep the wild trees. Right? A lot of people think like bees is just pollination for our food, right? To us, them pollinating our food is like, that's like breakfast. They need way more than that, right? So the trees that you see, the campeche, the het, the savonnets, all those trees, all those bush, just say, oh, that bush, I can chop that down. No, we really need that for the bees. And you will see right now savonette is flowering all along the west coast, and that's where you're getting your honey from.
Okay, we're going to run out of time, but I have so many questions now. But that was something I wanted to ask, and I didn't want to sound bad asking, but do you have a Dominican, do you have Dominican roots?
Yes, my dad is Dominican and my mom's British.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Dominicans love to know I buy my own thing. It's local. I buy it. All when they're not accustomed to buy local, as soon as you have an accent, they're like, it's local, I want to buy it. Well, who is she? So, okay, you heard it. Yeah, she's Dominican. Yeah. Because I hear you saying your local words very well, even better than I do. So, she's Dominican. I know. Someone wanted to know.
Yeah.
Also, very often we'll see like a wasp nest or bee nest and we feel like danger, danger, danger. We need to get rid of it. What's your recommendation? Because I know if I see a wild bee nest in my backyard, it's a wrap.
So normally, if you see like a whole ball of bees on a tree, for instance, that's a swarm. And that's just the bees' way of repopulating their hive. So the queen will swarm with some of her bees. The hive that's left will reproduce another queen and continue to build their population. And that swarm is there very temporarily. Basically, they leave. They go to like the nearest kind of tree. And then they send out scouts. And the scouts go and look for like somewhere where they can build a new place to live, like somewhere in a cliff or a tree. And it's really amazing. They come back and they dance for each other and they tell the other bees which, like, oh, I found this place and it's this far away and whatever. And then the bees collectively decide which one they're going with. Okay. And then they go. So when you see a swarm, it's really only going to be there like 2-3 days. The bees do not want to hang around. And a swarm is when the bees are at their least defensive. You can literally just put your hands in a swarm, pick them up. I mean, most people wouldn't want to do it, but it's really nice. I actually love finding swarms because you can actually just hold the bees and they're just buzzing all around you, but they really don't want to sting you.
Okay.
Because they're not defending their home. They're just really looking for a new home. So they're really like defenseless at that time.
Okay, so we started late, but if you are listening via radio, you can come on to our Facebook Live now, DBS Radio Facebook Live, because this is the exciting part I've been looking forward to. As I said, it smells edible. Everything smells edible in here, and I want to know what they are now.
Yes.
So, Terry, the camera is right there, and we're going to have the public know what you have to offer and where they can get them.
Sure.
And I'll be happily testing for you guys.
Yeah.
I see tester in that one.
Yes, I have some testers there.
Okay,
so I'll just show you this. That this is a piece of beeswax, right?
Okay.
So it's really hard.
Yes.
So this is in every single Be Natural product.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see something that says 100% beeswax, it's actually not 100% beeswax. Like this is 100% beeswax. It's really hard, right?
Okay.
So yeah, it's you can't. Yeah,
It
that
smells
one's
sweet
that
and
one's done the
everything.
round. That one has done the rounds
It's
of
okay.
like
It's fine.
all my different shows. Okay, so then our key products are the Be Natural deodorants.
Okay.
So these are chemical free, 100% natural, no aluminum, no baking soda, no chemicals, no artificial fragrances. Just
I thought baking soda was good for the arm.
yeah, that's a kind of okay. For some people, it can be,
Uh-huh.
but it's very harsh. So
Okay.
it is technically a natural ingredient, but
Okay.
it alters the pH of your skin to such an
Oh.
extent that for some people, after they've used it for a while, they'll end up getting rashes,
Mhm.
and then they'll be like, "Oh, this thing doesn't work."
Okay.
So we've developed the formula
Mhm.
to have other ingredients in that help to fight the bacteria causing odor
Mhm.
and block odor. So it's 100%
Okay.
natural. We come in every color of the rainbow
Okay.
because I just love seeing rainbows in the sky. And I just love seeing rainbows. So I just
Okay.
did the entire rainbow.
So there's 7.
There's 7.
Uh-huh.
So we have the roots, which is like very manly.
Mhm.
Mostly the men love that one. It's patchouli and cedarwood.
Can I smell?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We have the harmony, which is bergamot and geranium,
Hmm.
and it's light and flowery. And then we have the joyful, which pretty much has its own fan club at this stage. It's yes, you can try this one. I have this one as a tester.
Yes.
So yeah, this one is harmony. So I don't know if you want to just try it on your arm just to feel the.
Oh, it's smooth.
Yeah, it's very smooth and dry,
And
right?
does
Like
it?
it's not.
So it doesn't leave like a lot of
No.
white marks.
No, don't leave white marks. Yes.
It smells so good.
Yeah. So they're all made with essential oils, pure essential
Okay.
oils. So Joyful is our tangerine and citrus. And like I said, that one is the most popular one. We have Inspire, which is tea tree eucalyptus. Yeah, you love that one, right?
It almost smells like lemongrass
Yeah.
as opposed to. Oh my god. Okay, it's good. Hassan, I know you're jealous because you cannot smell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have tea tree eucalyptus, which is very fresh and
Uh-huh.
clean. The pure is unscented, and it still works just as well as the others because the reason they work is not because of the,
The fragrance.
fragrances.
Yeah.
Then we have pleasure, which is ylang ylang, and we have calm, which is lavender.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah.
So they're really good. Where can?
Okay, where
Where
can you
can you-
get
yes.
them? A range of places. Zeb Creole, you can get at Bullseye Pharmacy, Jolly's Pharmacy,
Okay.
ACS in Portersville, Nature's Discounts, Health Right Plus, and Fresh Markets.
You're pretty much everywhere.
I try to be.
This is no longer Lit Entrepreneur. This is big time entrepreneurship. I love it. I love it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, we work
those
on that.
the different. I'm trying to make sure I line it up well.
Yeah.
They're the headliners, but
Yeah, they're.
I am seeing other products
Yes,
here.
so
with,
this is our little candle.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's a
Let me just-
candle.
Yes, it's a beeswax
Oh.
candle.
Look at me thinking it was a lip balm.
There you go. That is
Okay.
our tropical spice candle.
Ooh.
Yeah. So beeswax is a really natural. It's great for candles because they purify the air.
Yes, burn. Okay, so is this the type of candle when you burn it, it just disappears? Like, I see burn at least 1 hour. Okay.
Mhm. You burn at least 1 hour when you first use it because
Yeah.
when the wax melts, it kind of has a memory. So the entire top of the candle has to melt first time and then it
Mhm.
will burn properly for the rest of the times that you use it.
Oh, so it's going to burn for more than an hour?
Oh, yeah. Way
Oh,
longer.
okay.
Yeah.
So when I burn it the first time,
Yes.
burn for an hour, then
Yeah.
stop so it can.
You don't have to stop, but like at least an hour for the pool
Okay.
of wax to melt. Yeah.
All right. And is this the only scent you have? Tropical spice?
Yeah, I do an unscented one, and then the
Oh, okay.
tropical spice. I try not to use. Well, I don't use any like chemicals, right? And it's actually very challenging to make candles with natural fragrances. They don't throw off the fragrance, and a lot of people like they want the overly scented candle, and it's actually usually full of toxins, and it's not good for
Yes.
you. So I tend to just keep things simple. So I have the
Yes.
tropical spice and I have the unscented.
And this is the only size you have?
For now, actually,
Okay.
I'm actually developing a whole new range of candles at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So
Sounds
that's
good.
exciting.
All right.
Then we have the lip balms,
Okay.
which we started with. We started with just lip balms. So again, rainbow
Rainbow.
colors. We have
Okay.
rose, ginger mint, juicy citrus, mint kiss, bush tea lip balm, and calm lavender.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to have the people on our live be able to see them.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the one that says bush tea, especially for the people living overseas diaspora.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you can't get your bush tea, at least you can pass it on
it's
your lip.
so good. It's made with our local poivre.
Forever. Okay.
Yeah, poivre genet and lemongrass and basilic.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it's a real
Yes.
bush tea. So
Okay.
this is one I want you to try. This is
Okay.
body butterfly. So you were mentioning about like bees and,
And
butterflies.
butterflies,
I'm all
yes.
into pollinators.
Yes.
Like I love bees primarily, but I love like all pollinators, you know, the fireflies, the butterflies. So I call this one body butterfly. So it's a body butter, but it's kind of lighter than your traditional body butter. So yeah, just rub that in and then take a smell.
It's so
Yeah.
smooth.
Yeah.
And you know what? Very often you buy body butters and they do not have enough oils.
Yeah.
But this one is already, skin is already shiny. Oh, you can see it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because, okay. I won't dare use my body butter and leave the house because by the time I get down the road, it's Queen Ashy. Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's okay to ask the price. How much does this go for?
Yes. So, goodness, now you put me on the spot.
Okay. It depends on where it's been sold.
Yes, the larger
Okay.
one is 35. I think that one is 25.
Okay.
I'm just restocking that one. It's been
Yes.
out
I
of
hope
stock
they
for a
can see
while.
properly and put it in front now.
Yeah, that one's been out for a while.
Okay.
And I'm just restocking, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, the body butter is really, and it smells edible. Like
Yes.
smells like cake frosting.
Yes.
And,
Very
yeah.
often when you get local, it's not normally great, you know, but I like that your local is actually of high quality. You see that shine?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah. And then we have the cannabis balm, which again here's
The cannabis balm.
Yes, the cannabis.
I think somebody's missing the cannabis balm.
the cannabis. Yeah, no, that one is my tester. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
good stuff.
This one again is one of my most popular products. It is really good for pain relief. So
Oh, that type
yeah.
of balm. Okay.
Yeah, it's good for pain relief, but it's also good for any kind of dry
Yes.
skin conditions. People tell me they've used it for all kind of thing, actually, rashes
Okay.
and warts and swelling, and yeah, that one I get a lot of testimonials on. But
Okay,
that
wow.
one is sold at Zeb Creole and Nature's Discount and Bullseye Pharmacy.
I'll definitely give it a try.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
are we?
And then our Creole, because we're Creole Heartbeat.
Yes.
So this is like one of the gift sets we do at Creole season. So we
okay.
have, our local.
What else will say independence season, not Creole. We're
Yeah.
Creole every day.
Yes.
But
Yes,
here you go.
Yeah. So that's one of
Uh-huh.
our gifts. Actually, the lip balm is missing from that one. I don't know where that went, but we do a range of gifts around
Okay.
the independence season in our locally made baskets. And
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know if I
Creole.
can get it to stand in front
Yeah.
there for the camera.
So
I
yeah,
hope the people at
that's
home can see. Okay, no.
Yeah.
I took it out of the view. But it's
Yeah.
a lovely little basket.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's our range and continuing to expand. The thing with expansion, you really have to do it sustainably because you can have a lot of great ideas, but each of these products, you have to think of the packaging, the labeling, the ingredients, making sure you have it all, like as I said, oh wow, we're just restocking this one. It's been out for a while. I really try not to let those interruptions happen in my products. So yeah.
All right, so it's midday. We're officially out of time. I know we started late this morning because there was a previous show. We were having a live broadcast. But we have Miss Terry Henry here with us this morning. She's one of the entrepreneurs linked with NDFD. So she came in this morning to showcase her different products. And we will be doing this for the next couple of weeks. We want to highlight our entrepreneurs in Dominica. We know it can be difficult to be an entrepreneur, and also with a small population, local is sometimes quote unquote expensive, and it's just not sustainable for a lot. A lot of people think it's not sustainable. So we want to showcase them to show you what's happening in our country, the creativity, the quality, because this looked like something I could have purchased from anywhere outside of Dominica. So thank you, Miss Henry, for being here with us. Any final words, because we're out of time?
Yeah, well, just thanks for having me. And, people can check me, Be Natural, on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and YouTube. Be Natural Balm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and your stuff is the bomb. So, so everyone who's listening, whether you're in Facebook land or you're live on radio, thank you so much for being here with us. I see someone asking the price of the deodorant here on Facebook.
It's usually $25, depending on where you buy it. It may be plus or minus a few dollars, but it's $25.
Okay, so it's usually $25.
Yeah.
So
and it will last them about 3-4 months.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's very long lasting.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
we
you.
have the flow hour next. So we are going to say thank you. And until next week, Wednesday, here on DBS Radio, I'm Julie Roberts with Creole Heartbeat. Have a lovely, lovely week. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Enjoy faster speeds, more data, discounted handsets, more cash, more of what you need and love on Dominica's fastest LTE network. This summer, Digicel is giving over $20,000 in cash and prizes. You may be a lucky winner of $1,000 cash weekly, $500 shopping sprees, a get